भाई फिर से आ गया। ये कल ही तो बात की थी रात के 2 बजे। हर दिन वीडियो रिकॉर्ड करना जरूरी है क्या भाई?
तो क्या हुआ? डूड, आवर विजन इज 1 मिलियन सब्सक्राइबर्स। उसके लिए रात दिन एक करना पड़ेगा। संडे सैटरडे मंडे ट्यूसडे कोई कुछ से एवरीथिंग इज सेम, देयर इज नो डिफरेंस ब्रो। अंडरस्टैंड
भाई
दैट।
भाई मेरे से तो ना हो पाएगा। ये छोड़ देते हैं, आज मूड नहीं है भाई, आज रिकॉर्ड नहीं करते हैं, छोड़ दो।
भाई, वी हैव टू
चिल
डू इट
मारते
टुडे।
हैं।
वी हैव टू डू
चिल
इट
मारते
टुडे।
हैं। चिल मारते हैं ब्रो। चिल मारते हैं।
जिग्नेश,
छोड़ दो।
हर टीम में सिर्फ एक ही गुंडा हो सकता है, और इस टीम का गुंडा मैं हूँ।
चक दे चक दे चक दे
Hey
इंडिया।
fellow benchmates, welcome back to our channel. Already एक हफ्ता हो चुका है to our last video on Bhool Bhulaiya, and we got a great response thanks to all our viewers out there. As you would have guessed, we are reviewing yet another classic from the SRK saga, Chak De. So hold tight, grab your snacks, and let's get started. और भाई कुछ बताओ यार, enlighten us on Chak De. Come on.
So, Chak De is a story of Kabir Khan, the coach of Indian women's national hockey team, who dreams of making his all-girls team emerge victorious against all odds. This film's budget was 20 crores, and it went on to earn over 100 crore at the box office. Uh, Also, do you know that this film was inspired from the life of former Indian goalkeeper Mir Ranjan Negi? The film starred SRK as Kabir Khan, Vidya Malwade as Vidya Sharma, and a lot of other actors who have done some brilliant work in this film. Also, a quick trivia about this film कि इसका जो पहला स्क्रीनिंग हुआ था, शाहरुख, the director Shimit Amin, Jaideep Sahani who wrote the dialogues and the script and screenplay for this film, and Aditya Chopra the producer, they all thought it's the worst film they have ever made. I mean, SRK thinking it's the worst film they have. He has. This is his worst film. I mean, come on. Looking back, 17 years have passed, and this film is still relevant and is considered one of Shah Rukh's best performances till date. Talking about the genre of Chak De, what do you think, Ankit? What's the genre of Chak De?
Absolutely. I think it's very clear ki genre kya hai. It's obviously a sports genre. And there are a couple of things I think that really matter in this kind of a genre. So sports, obviously there needs to be a sports that is compelling that we are like kind of following. But mere hisab se there are three things that we need to focus upon that I like to see personally. One, which is discipline of a sports person. I really want to see that how that discipline is coming out of from that movie. Second is a team building. Like that is all that matters in a sports, right? Like a team kaise banta hai, like how you feel dependent on each other and all that. And third is a story of an underdog. So no, who doesn't like to see a story of an underdog? Because somewhere or the other people feel that I cannot do that, or I won't be able to do that. And you portraying that story on a big screen, that how that kind of a person who does not have resources or anything goes to win and do something big really motivates people. All these three things combined, with a gripping narration and a edge of the seat moments, define the genre. So ये तो genre की बात होगी. What do you think, bro? Like, और कौन सी movies है that stand in parallel with Chak De?
Um, I think Lagan, Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar, they are some really good sport films, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think awesome movies, complete respect, but I think there's a little difference. I would like to bring to your notice कि लगान और जो जीता वही सिकंदर जो movies हैं, so they had a common enemy that everybody was fighting against, like a Britisher or Deepak Tijori in the other one. So, but in Chak De, right, it is very different. It is something like a battle against yourself, like a personal battle, internal fights, like your own administration, own people who are against you are fighting and rising from that. Also, it's an emotional roller coaster, right? It's a complete emotional roller coaster, and they have very well portrayed key sports. How can you use sports to unite individuals and kind of fuel the national pride? So I think that's where it differs, and they have like completely nailed it. So yeah, I think going from the genre, how do you think were the technicalities of the film? Like it could be cinematography, screenplay, story, editing, etc. क्या लगता है?
Talking about the story and screenplay, so that's given by Jaideep Sahani. If I just talk about the credentials of Jaideep Sahani, he has written some amazing films like Bunty or Bubbly, Khosla Ka Ghosla. It was there was Chak De, and I think what he has done is just phenomenal. His work. I mean, if you see the film, it kind of revolves around the, as you mentioned, like some of the major themes like nationalism, gender equality, overcoming prejudice. I think it also was one of the first films which highlighted the struggles of women athletes in the country, the discrimination they
Yeah,
face, lack of recognitions they have. एंड अगर इफ यू रिमेम्बर दैट सीन जब वो बोलते हैं कि ये जो ग्राउंड है जहाँ पे वुमेन वुमेन क्रिकेट वुमेन हॉकी टीम प्रैक्टिस करते हैं सो दैट जब वो मैच नहीं होता तब वो रामलीला को दे देते हैं भाड़े पे सो आई मीन दैट्स द प्लाइट ऑफ वुमेन इंडियन वुमेन्स टीम एंड आई थिंक दैट फिल्म काइंड ऑफ वाज वेरी रियलिस्टिक इन शोइंग दैट व्हाट डू यू थिंक
absolutely. And I think एक जो aspect है, I'd really like to bring that up again, is the camera work. So एक to the final shots and all the matches scenes were like extraordinary. But particularly if I focus on the camera work, right, there are like two types of camera work that they were doing. One is that the camera person was running behind the players just to capture the emotions and how they're moving. It gives you a real life feel that you are also present on the field because the camera is shaking a little bit. And the second one is like when the camera is stationary and you see a lot of players rush past that, so you can feel the aggression and the speed which the game is going on, and that really creates a adrenaline rush within you. So I think awesome in that sense, and completely a game changer.
just
So
one point
next
maybe
next
I need
sec
to
yeah,
just one point maybe I need to add on the pacing and the structure of the film. I think it had a very tight screenplay. I mean, there was not even a syllable which was idhar udhar.
absolutely,
Whatever scenes were required, they were there in the film. There was nothing over the top here. I mean, the film kind of had that there were certain setbacks the team faced, what victories they had later. There was the training was so well shown. I think the training scenes were really good. I think Saini's writing
absolutely.
is very skillful in not only conveying the physical aspects of the players but also the emotional struggle behind it. So I think yeah, the technicalities were just spot on in this film. Can we just talk about few scenes in the film which really moved you?
Absolutely. So next segment may I think we are introducing this term called Kassa scenes. So Kassa, guys, or to all our viewers in Odia, is like ultimate superb superlative. So this is a Odia term, and we want to do some Kassa scenes from Chak De. So first scene, yaar, jo I can remember is the first interaction of SRK or Kabir Khan with the team. So when they are on the field and they are meeting, he's meeting the team for the first time. He asks for the introduction, right? Ki, everybody come forward and introduce yourself. So everybody, people are like, ki, I'm Komal Chautala from Haryana, I'm Netra Reddy from Andhra, all that. And the moment he hears each one of the introduction, he keeps kicking them out of the line that, oh, okay, just jao, bahar khade ho jao. And then comes Vidya. So Vidya, when she introduces herself, she says, "I'm Vidya from India," and you can see like SRK was little, expecting that it would be a same thing, but when he hears India, you see again a glimpse of a acting masterpiece and a change of expression in SRK, and he says like, "Good, you are in the team." So फिर वो बोलता है कि मुझे मुझे ना स्टेट्स के नाम दिखाई देते हैं ना सुनाई देते हैं सिर्फ एक नाम सुनाई देता है इंडिया एंड दैट is so gripping. It just creates a next level kind of a emotional connect at the same time. And I would like to say that वो जो scene है, right, India का, what do you mean by India? Why is it so important? Because India earlier in historical, it was never meant to be a nation with so much ethnicity, so much diversity, so much religions across the geography. You cannot tie all of them in one single boundary. But that's why you need all these elements of unity, right? Like a name, like a flag, anthem, and all those things. And you need to keep reiterating people that you belong here, because if you say I am from Odisha and you are from Tamil Nadu, you can already feel like we belong to a very different country. Like it does not, lot of things don't match. So they have portrayed that excellently. I mean, excellent writing again. That bringing that piece in. So I mean, yeah. So what do you think, bro? What was your favorite scene?
Could not agree more. I think another scene which I find very effective is a scene which comes a few scenes later, which is like when the girls are actually fighting the match against the boys. There's the first match they're playing, and that is like if they win that match, they're going to the finals. If they don't, the federation is not going to send them. It's a do or die situation for them, and girls lose that match. It was so organic. I think that the build up was so natural that you know that this is the first time they are playing against the men. The men have been playing for a very long time, but the women have not got that much facilities, not that much amenities, and yet they just put up a really strong game. And that is so, and also it's a directional masterpiece. Like if you see, there's not much dialogues when they lose. Shahrukh character Kabir is shattered. He's like, that we will not be able to make it to the finals. But then
Absolutely,
seeing the spirit of the women's team, I think the federation agrees to send them, and also as a gesture, the boys actually lift their the hockey sticks for the women. I think it was such a beautiful scene. I just loved it. Another scene I think I really want to talk about is a scene involving the girls when they go and I think fight in a food court when one of the
yeah,
boys try to eve tease them, and one of the girls, and they are just united and they just fight for a cause. And I think that dialogue when Shahrukh says that कि कृष्णा जी मुझे पहली बार कि टीम में नियत दिख रही है, क्योंकि जीतने के लिए सिर्फ ताकत नहीं नीयत की भी जरूरत होती है, और पहली बार मुझे नियत दिख रही है. And it was so true because these
absolutely,
girls united for the first time, and because they had some personal differences which were shown in the scenes prior to this. But when this scene happened, they were united, and this is what Shahrukh wanted. And it was not planned, but I
absolutely.
think it's shown so beautifully. I just love that scene. What are some of the other scenes you think really moved you?
Yeah, like going forward in the movie. So एक scene है when all the matches have started, right? And you as we all know, like the hardest character or the hardest teammate which to deal with was Bindya Naik in the overall team that SRK was forming or Kabir
Correct.
Khan was forming. And the
Correct.
first match that they fire that they play in Australia, she screws up the match. I mean, she's not a team player, she's not doing what is expected, and they end up losing the match. So she is inside the bathroom, I think, washroom. So SRK storms in,
Yeah.
and they are face to face, and there is this exchange of the dialogue. And before I go into that, I would like to say this is an extremely directional masterpiece. I mean, really like a superlative direction, because I think it is all about direction. Acting maybe somebody else could have done, but the way the scene was envisioned is something else. So when he storms in, and they are face to face, so Bindya Nayak asks him like, उसमें ऐसा क्या है जो मुझ में नहीं. So बच्चा यहाँ कोई नहीं है सर, जो कैप्टन बनने के लिए जो वो कर रही है मैं भी कर सकती हूँ या उससे ज्यादा. And while she says this, she makes some sexual advances, opens up the zip of her jacket and etc. And Kabir Khan or or SRK is like taken aback, like what is happening. But he does not react. Like, he does not abuse, he does not shout, does not scream, does not humiliate, does not do anything like of the 10-20 options out there that any person would have thought while directing it. He just closes the zip and says, jawab tumne khud hi de diya. And I think that like sends a shiver down your spine, like, oh my god, what a masterpiece. So yeah, so what else do you have?
Yeah, it was an amazing scene. Yeah, it just reminded me of that scene. It was so good. Another scene I think kind of sums up Chakde. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि स्पोर्ट्स जो भी फिल्में आई होंगी या एक्चुअल स्पोर्ट्स जब मैचेस होते होंगे, ये जो डायलॉग है शायद ये कहीं ना कहीं ड्रेसिंग रूम में कोचेस अपनी टीम को कहीं ना कहीं बताते होंगे इस फिल्म के बाद, विच इज 70 मिनट. I think that scene was so. I mean, that scene was really shot well. The camera work was really good when Shahrukh was going to each player, and that's captured. But if you just think about the dialogue is it holds true for So every sphere of life, and be it
Absolutely.
exams, be it interviews, this you place this dialogue 70 minutes with probably x minutes, and this scene holds true. I mean, every important thing in your life is time bound, and you need to give your 100% there. And this scene just shows it so well. I think 70 minute तुमसे खुदा भी नहीं छीन सकता. I mean, goosebumps. उस सीन
Absolutely.
वन ऑफ माय अल्टीमेट सीन्स. कुछ कोई और सीन है, लाइक डिड आई मिस एनी सीन? कुछ और सीन में से लगता है तुमको कि मैंने मिस कर दिया?
Oh my God, bro,
याद
what
आता है?
what are you saying? Like, I have been waiting to speak about this scene, and before I start speaking about this scene, I would like to really stand up and take a bow for the acting that SRK did in this scene, which is the last scene when India wins. So,
Oh yeah,
if you
yes,
if you
yes,
if you
yes.
if you remember that scene, right? So, SRK is standing, Kabir Khan is standing near the fence, and it's the last penalty stroke. Vidya is the goalie, and the Australian player is on the strike, and he tries to analyze the striker. Right, so he's thinking her foot is on the left. She'll take a left and right. कि
Yeah,
वो लेफ्ट मारेगी शॉट राइट राइट या खुदा ये तो सीधा शॉट लेने वाली है
easy one.
and he tries to communicate that to Vidya, that Vidya, look at me, and you can see that pressure. And I think in the previous scene also, SRK tells Komal Chautala and Preeti Sabarwal, right, that हार का pressure तुम्हें पता नहीं है क्या होता है, you don't know, nobody has the
Yeah,
courage to deal with that loss. So you can see that glimpse again in the finale where he's standing and he takes a deep sigh and he asks Vidya to just stay there. Like
yeah,
he
yeah,
just points like stay, nothing else. He's absolutely shaking. And actually that shot happens and he takes a straight shot. The player and Vidya ends up saving it. Oh my god. Post that, the scene, the expression, it is pure and pure SRK class. I would say there is no writing, no direction, no editing, nothing is there. That 1.5 minute of SRK, game, he shows why he's the Badshah. So you can see watery eyes and like all, it's full of tears, and he's shaking, he is laughing, but he's in he cannot believe that this moment has come true, because nobody, again, which I mentioned, right, it's an underdog story, nobody believed in the team, and the association used to say that this team is not capable of even playing with European school teams. तो उस टीम के लाके, and he trained the entire team to such a level that they ended up winning the World Cup. And it was a redemption moment as well for SRK, that if you remember, he says पता नहीं मुझे कि इस कंट्री, इस देश को मेरी ये क्यों नहीं लगता कि मैं इसके साइड से खेलता हूँ, एंड उस दिन भी उसके
yeah.
साइड से ही खेला था. So all those things kind of come together, and he feels that he's like literally like he has proved that he's a true son of the soil. And he turns left, looks at the flag, and he has a little smirk or a little smile that yes, I have finally won. I have won the battle against you, that I have proved that I am your son and I am always your son. So I think it was, I mean words fall short of describing that scene, but it's just 1.5 minutes, but extremely impactful, right? So
Agreed. I
yeah,
cannot
I think,
agree.
yeah, absolutely. And I think with that, uh let's move on to the music part of it. Again, like Kassa scenes which we described, we have another segment called Khela music. Khela is again what it is. It's an Odia word which means ultimate superlative, superb, basically. And it couldn't be a better time to introduce this word apart from Chak De's music. So give us some insights about the music, bro.
The music, I think there are films which have songs, and then there are films which have really good background score. Background score these days is, there are original soundtrack released for so many films. But back then, I don't think films, I mean, background score were very, effective. But this was one of those films which, where, there was the songs, the background music took over the songs. They were so good. I think Salim Suleiman had,
Absolutely.
done the music for this film. It was one of those first, I think, highlights of their work. I think later they went on to do Band Baja Varat, which was a really a good number they had done, of really good music. But I think Chak De ka background score is on another level. I mean, just think about the Chak De ka music. I mean, Mola Mere. Like, you want to talk about the music? I mean, I just don't know what to say because there's such a good background score they had given for this.
Yeah, I mean the previous thing which we were talking, right? SRK ka jo last scene hai, there, you that they have infused Mola Mere le le meri jaan, and वो राइट से बजता है एंड लेफ्ट से आंसू आ जाता है. It is that
Very
powerful.
well
It
done.
accentuates the scene. It accentuates the scene to a next level. I mean that
Uh,
song, right? I mean it's always used in a lot of dance shows, or a lot of places people try to sing that. It's been sung by Krishna Beura, so he's also an Odia guy, excellent singer,
uh,
top-notch voice in the industry, and a supremely connecting, gut-wrenching song, I would say. It just feels so connected when you hear that song, right? And then we come to the final one, which is Chakte. I mean, could, couldn't say much about it. It's just an anthem. I don't remember any. I would say any match of India which they have won, and this song was not played. And again, who better to sing this song other than the power packed voice of Sukhvinder? They have chosen the right people, and at the right time. I would say entire cast of this movie. I think everyone was irreplaceable. The
right.
Chakte title track, it just pumps you
Sports
up.
anthem.
Like if
Uh,
हाँ भाई भाई मुर्दे को जिंदा कर देगा, ऐसा
हाँ,
मोटिवेशनल गाना है
क्या
भाई. इट्स
कहते हैं,
लाइक
आज तक
सो
बजते हैं, आज
ऑसम.
तक बजते हैं इसके गाने.
आज तक बजता है भाई. It's like ultimate, and hats off to Salim Suleiman for all this music.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now moving on, like और कुछ interesting बता यार. ये सब we have discussed a lot. That's why we are talking something
Uh,
interesting and something that the viewers don't know.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the trivias of the film, and I think I just remember one thing. कि जो the scenes which were shown in Australia, like they are playing and the crowd is there. So because they have
Mhm.
shot the whole film in Australia, and they did not have that budget for and that time I don't think there was a crowd multiplier tech as well. So what they had done is they had put up this newspaper articles and advertisements that Shahrukh is in Australia, and if you want to meet him and come to the stadium and all, and that is how people in large numbers have come to the stadium to actually see Shahrukh. And they're not there for the match because match is not happening there, and I think they have really well shot that whole thing and put it in conjunction with the scene which is going on the match, and it's so effective. I mean,
Absolutely.
I think what a master stroke in arranging people and doing this. And also, do you know, like Shah Rukh was not the first choice for this. I think Salman was approached first, but he denied. He did not like the ending, and there was some reasons where he could not do the film. But I think it's a loss because what Shah Rukh did in that film is just acting masterpiece. Even
Yeah,
before that
absolutely.
film, Shah Rukh's films generally he was had a clean shaved look, and there were always heroines, there were songs, and those things were there. But if you see this film, there is no popular supporting cast. These people went on to become popular later, but at that point of time, they were not that popular as Shah Rukh was. And there was no heroine like lead heroine, there was no romance. But I think what Shah Rukh conveyed in that film with that look, it was just so good. I mean, Chak De, I think it's timeless. What do you think?
Yeah. Absolutely. I think in today's data it's still extremely relevant, because Chak De is not just a sports movie, right? You just take the learnings from that and you can fit it in any sphere of your life. Like,
Right.
corruption is there, woman empowerment, fighting against women empowerment,
Yeah.
and the casual sexism which is there, the courage to fight, the willingness to change, the team that is there, the dependency, the team where in every sphere of life you need people. So all these messagings, right, makes this movie completely relevant till date. And what would you rate this movie in today's time frame, bro?
Yeah, in today's time, I think I will probably rate it 9 out of 10. I mean, this film is just picture perfect for me, but I think I'm waiting for another film which will probably match this film. I mean, there are films, there have been films like there have been Dangal, and you had Sultan. They were really effective. MS Dhoni, Bhag Milkha Bhag. I mean, how could I forget that? But Chak De was something different. I mean, I think I just wish that probably a film comes which probably with more technological advancements and be as effective as Chak De. So yeah, that's about the film.
I think awesome, awesome, bro. I think as you mentioned, Bhag Milkha Bhag and Dangal were like two movies which I also felt were like at that level and matching Chak De's level. So I think it was an awesome discussion, one of our favorite
Yeah,
movies out there,
yeah,
and we can probably talk endlessly about this. But I would call that this is a wrap for today.
yeah.
Thanks all the viewers. Thanks to all the viewers for joining us on this review. Like, share, subscribe our channel to stay on loop for our next video, and definitely visit our previous video through the link in our description. Thanks and meet again soon. Bye bye.